Hi friends, welcome back to another session of EC Made Easy. After looking into the behavior of a LC circuit, also commonly known as a tank circuit, now it is time to see what a lossy LC circuit behavior is. So, by lossy LC circuit, I mean this was our original LC circuit, and we were considering in our previous session ideal inductor and ideal capacitor. I mean ideal inductor as a one which doesn't have any resistance in the coil, so it has only inductive property. That means whatever current is flowing, all the current will get converted into magnetic field. No part of the energy gets into heat energy. I mean ideal capacitor by the fact that the dielectric medium that is used between the two parallel plates is an ideal one. In ideal sense, it doesn't allow any flow of current through it, so it is a perfect insulator, and that's what we were assuming in our previous session. And because of that, we have seen that the once a capacitor is charged, then charging, discharging, charging, discharging process continues, and a sinusoidal is developed indefinitely because the energy in this system is going to remain in this system only. It's not going to get dissipated into the atmosphere as heat energy. Sometime it will be in the form of electric field, sometime in the form of magnetic field, or sometime as a potential energy, sometime as a kinetic energy, and that continues oscillating between kinetic and potential energies, and hence continuous oscillations are possible across the capacitor voltage. Now, in reality, is inductor is made up of coil. Coil means it is a wire. Wire means a conductor, and hence we will have some resistance. So when there is resistance, definitely it cannot be a perfect inductor. So we have an equivalent of a resistor followed by an inductor. This resistor is the resistor we have because of the wires used for creating the inductor, resistance of the wire used for creating the inductor, and this inductor is now a perfect or an ideal inductor. On the other side, when you say a capacitor, yes, we have now an ideal capacitor, but there is a lossy medium, so which says that across the capacitance there is some conducting material which was assumed to be ideally perfect insulator, but now no material can be a perfect insulator, and hence there will be some conductance, though very small, but yes, it is going to be there. Conductance is reciprocal of resistance. So we have conductance of a capacitor, we have resistance of the inductor, and these two are going to make difference in what would happen in the oscillations produced. Now, when the capacitor is charged, in the previous case, we assume that it's going to hold the charge, not going to discharge through the dielectric. It has to discharge through this uh, circuit connected to it. But yes, because of this conductance, there is discharge. That means with time, the total potential energy is getting reduced. On the other side, when current is made to flow because of this potential energy, then this current is also flowing through this resistance, and because of this, the I squared RL loss is there, which gets converted into thermal energy. And once it's converted into thermal energy, it gets dissipated, cannot reach back to your system, and hence one from this side, one from this side, the energy is getting dissipated in the form of heat, and because of which the total energy in the system keeps reducing at a fixed rate from the system, and hence the overall thing would be, in the previous case the total energy was constant, but now the total energy keeps reducing, and hence the oscillations also keep reducing. The magnitude of the oscillation keeps reducing with time and finally decay out to zero. This is one way. If the resistance is larger of the inductance, or if the conductance is larger in the capacitance, then this whole process will get speeded up, and hence this is the result. We can see also voltage across the capacitor keeps reducing, and depending on the values of RL and GC, the higher RL, the faster energy gets dissipated. The higher GC, the more energy gets dissipated through the medium, and in both cases, definitely the loss is more, and hence the faster decay we have. If the things are smaller, then the decay is smaller. So that's a practical LC circuit we can think of. So this is one form of RLC circuit which we wanted to see. That's we are actually talking about only L and C components, but because of practical things which are not ideal, there is resistance in series with the inductance, and there is a conductance in shunt with the capacitance, and these two are energy dissipating, and hence the total energy in the system keeps reducing, and the overall magnitude of the oscillations keeps reducing with time. And that's what we expect from the swing. When you talk about a swing or a pendulum, just pull it once, leave it, it comes back, cannot stop here, continues here, cannot stop here because potential energy, comes back, cannot stop here because of kinetic energy, continues, potential built, kinetic zero, potential zero, kinetic maximum, potential maximum, kinetic zero, this continues, and there is friction at this hinge, and because of this friction energy gets lost, and the total energy in the system gets reduced. Therefore you can see that pendulum slows down, slows down, slows down, and finally stops. And if you just plot the position of the pendulum, this is what you can see in practical case, and this is what you could expect in ideal case, if you don't have any resistance, if the resistance of this is uh, almost negligible, then yes, this can happen forever. But practically, this is not possible. Maybe it may take very long time, but yes, it has to stop at some time. Don't want to stop? Okay, then there is another option. So whatever energy is lost, so try to feed it from outside. Whatever energy is lost, so that part of energy somewhere from outside pump in, so that this continues, and you keep on pumping the lost energy, and through this you can expect uh, continuous oscillations, or you can say sustained oscillations instead of damped oscillations. So more details about this when we are talking about oscillators. And as of now, that's it for Lossy LC circuit. So next session we have some more issues to discuss. So till then, take care. Bye.